Can you say something about this satisfaction? Because in your work, you talk a lot about this satisfaction and 80% and 100% and
I give an exercise in my group of starting of relaxing in yourself and finding a place in the room where you want to be, and then finding which body position is best in that place, and then relaxing until you feel a natural rhythm, which can be the blinking of the eyes or lifting of a shoulder or anything that happens by itself. And when you find your natural rhythm, you know you're in the state where spontaneity can occur. And then you listen to your heart. And the final step is to allow what wants to happen. And it can be lying down wants to happen, sleep wants to happen. It can be standing up, looking around wants to happen. It can be holding the hand of the person next to you that wants to happen. And learning to dare to try things and see how satisfied they make you from 1 to 10. I don't talk about 100% then. I talk about choose a satisfaction level that you have given to yourself that ranges from 1 to 10. And if a person isn't accustomed to making themselves happy, it's not so easy. They can come only to level 3 or level 5 sometimes. And if a person has been meditating, particularly if they've been meditating, they know when something feels good and when it doesn't. They have more sense of it. So if somebody's been meditating or has a spontaneous joy in their body, they can choose something that's number 6. But above number 6 is a little more tricky, because the first 6 levels from 1 to 6 can be a mental satisfaction. You have a desire. You reach for somebody's hand, but your actual reaching there is so that you can get some warmth. And you get some warmth back, and you get a satisfaction. So anybody can have a satisfaction from a desire. Almost everybody knows how to desire. But the satisfaction levels above 6 come from a different place, which is more connected to the process I just told you about, spontaneously choosing what's right for you as a body position, as a place. And another thing I've discovered is that if you're not in the right place on the planet, if you're not in the right room or in the right spot, in the right country, you never will reach the highest satisfaction. So that's why we have to put the placement first.
Yes. So if someone is making this exercise and they can't reach 10, what do they need to look at then? What is it indicating?
Well, the first thing is that 10 is not a goal. And most people are functioning from goals. You give them a possibility to make a ladder to climb, and then they want to get there at the end of the ladder, even if they're not there. So for me, number 10 is not a goal. It's just a possibility. Every moment has a number 10 in it, if you can find it. And if you can't find it, what's the problem? It's okay like that. Because the minute you make a goal, you put your body in attention. And then whatever I'm talking about as number 10 never arrives from tension.
I think my question more was, what I wanted to say is that they can't feel satisfaction in this moment. They feel they're sick and they don't know how to get more joy in the moment.
Well, I help them in that case. If it's inside a group, I help them, and I always can manage it because there's something they left out of their calculation about how to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't understand that they could choose a partner and they chose to be alone, but they don't really want to be alone. And I can feel it just by looking at the person. So in that particular case, I help them. But the real help is when they take daily time for relaxation. And I don't mean relaxation and sleep together. I mean relaxation and alertness together, which is meditation.
As I keep thinking about when you said someone's in the wrong country, for example. So this was my case at one time.
Yes.
So if I would have done that exercise in the wrong country, or be present with myself in the wrong country, how would it show? How would I have come to that? Because I didn't know at that time that it was the wrong country.
Well, on the other hand, that exercise never came to you at that time, at that moment. So when it's interesting that when you were in the right country, this exercise arrived to you. So we can't speculate on things that didn't actually happen.
Because I think about a client that is, if I can talk about it, but it's happening now, but he's thinking he feels he might be in the wrong country. He's not sure. How can one know?
It's not the first thing to look at in that case. There's something else that needs to be addressed first. You see, the presence is basic. If a person is present, they know where to be and where not to be. So it first has to be established, this presence. And then as a practitioner, you would have to know which of his two sides can come into presence first and help it.
Yeah. So
it's not a quick process usually.
No. So it's more building on the presence that's already there, and it will come naturally then.
That's right. This happens naturally.
Okay. Because when I think of the exercise place, and I think if that first part isn't there, maybe they won't feel happy in that room, in that country.
Yeah, but that's only the first part of the exercise. If something else isn't in place first, the presence, then it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So one has to put the other first thing in place, and then it's okay. We could go back to what you said about what issues could be supported by Star Sapphire.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because I was speaking about work and meditation and relationship. And I just didn't say the last thing, that whenever a person has a problem, it is usually manifesting or bubbling up in the one of those three areas which is not the problem. And this is because, for example, a person who's got a problem in his work, he might say his relationship is not okay. Then you go and look into the situation and you find out one side is not working. And that's why the issue came up as relationship, because he can't get his two sides to connect well. And that will show on the outside that he can't get him and his partner to connect well. But actually the problem is in his own, let's say, in his own female side, not having a work, not having connection to herself and not having a work. And so you can see that the solution to a relationship problem can be in the areas of work and meditation.
Yes.
I just wanted to say this, that if somebody comes to me with a particular problem, I expect to find the solution in the other two areas and not in that area. The mind wants to explain to someone that there's a problem, but it does not want to let go of what is the real cause of the problem. It wants to hide it.
Yes. As a way of staying the same, as a protection, fear of change. Yeah. The mind can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you something else. I took a note. Why don't we follow sometimes our natural impulse, or why don't we follow joy? Can you say something about that?